everyone. Travel Tuesday is here. That just means that we've been doing some research over the past week in order to kind of move forward the plan of being able to go global. So if you could choose anywhere in the world to travel to, where would you go? And why would you do it? That's really what Jeff and I have been really focused on. And we're really excited to every single week be able to give you kind of like a little report on what we've been up to, but also really soliciting your ideas. Oh my gosh, in this past week, I was able to talk to somebody in Denmark because somebody knew somebody and they were able to connect me with somebody who's already living a digital nomad lifestyle. It was so much fun, so exciting. I also get to meet another person in a Facebook group who we're able to connect and talk to from the UK. So this is really an opportunity for us to have accountability around we have to show up and actually do our homework, but also to create community where we're really excited to be able to learn from people who've already been researching, who've already been doing this, who have already traveled. So love all of that. So yeah, Jeff's gonna kick off today. He's actually the person who did the majority of the research this week. I'm just kind of like catching up today. But he's the one who said, oh my gosh, we should check out Georgia. And I was like, Georgia? Like the southern state in the United States? And he was like, no, the country. It has amazing visas. So he's going to talk a little bit about why he has been researching about Georgia.
Why have I been researching about Georgia? Well, if you're familiar with the reticular activating system, it basically, in essence, you find when you know what you're looking for, you start finding it. And I find that Google and YouTube are kind of like an artificial intelligence reticular activating system. So once Kim discovered the term digital nomad, once you start doing searches, Google and YouTube just keep on finding stuff for you. And even since last week, it turns out Georgia, country of Georgia, is launching a digital nomad visa, a 1-year visa.
Yeah, so like this thing that we're just figuring out, digital nomad, like, okay, so you were telling me today that the concept of a digital nomad, actually, the first time it was talked about was like, what, in the 1920s?
Oh, no, 1964, I think it was.
1964, that's even before I knew computers really even existed, but
Right.
But side note.
Yeah. What is that? What is the set? It's really been a thing since about 2014, 2015. There was a person traveling around the world as a digital nomad, and he basically put out a spreadsheet. You love spreadsheets. He put out a spreadsheet and asked people to help him fill it in. And that spreadsheet, with certain criteria, cost of living, what's the temperature like, what's the Wi-Fi speed, cost of food, cost of living, all those sorts of things, livability, walkability, all these different, characteristics of a city, of a place to live. And people started responding to that, filling in that spreadsheet, and that turned into something called Nomad List, nomadlist.com. And Nomad List, we'll we'll be posting these videos on, we have a YouTube channel now.
Yeah, so if we'll put a list, we'll put a link to our YouTube channel. Hey there, Sunny, great to see you. It's Go Where It Feels Good. That's what it's called. That's right up your alley, right, Sunny? Go Where It Feels Good. That's our YouTube channel where we're going to be posting these videos and then putting in the bottom all kinds of links of things that we've been researching and discovering. So Nomad List is one of those links that's been super helpful.
And basically Nomad List looks at every country on planet Earth at this point. Countries, cities, and every city over 250,000 people, I think. And it has all this criteria, cost of living, everything a digital nomad or remote worker.
So why Georgia?
Well, Georgia came out with this. They're launching. They want people to come to their country. They want remote workers. They want digital nomads to come live in their country and work there and spend their money in the economy.
Yeah, and so digital nomad, they're opening up their doors to digital nomads. Get this. It's really super smart, actually. So a tourist might just go in for like a number of days or weeks, like just a short period of time. A digital nomad's really looking to go for a long period of time, like 2, 3, 4, 6 months. So they're able to attract people like us to that country, have a 14-day quarantine because we know we're going to be there for a while anyways.
Right.
So from a coronavirus standpoint, it's actually really smart to attract the digital nomad to your country versus just a tourist to your country. That's kind of cool.
Which brings up the point, you start off this video by saying, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? And really, the question we're asking right now is if you could quarantine anywhere in the world. where would you quarantine? And, you know, pre-COVID, the United States passport is one of the most powerful passports in the world. Traditionally, you could go to 174 countries.
174. How many can we go to now?
Currently, it's on the uptick, and there's about 26 countries, including the Caribbean countries, the Mexican states, the Balkans, Africa, African countries. And, you know, so Georgia is on that list, is not on that list. It will be. Croatia.
Croatia. We've learned a lot about Croatia, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But what is it about Georgia? Like, what do we love about Georgia?
What do we love? The food.
Yep. Okay. So food. All right. So I got to let you know I'm a foodie. So everywhere I go, I'm going to be highlighting the food because not only do I like food, but actually like really super healthy food. Oh my gosh. Little did I know Georgia is like this amazing mixture of Mediterranean fare and Persian fare. So you've got like all the spices of the Persian kind of Turkish influence. And you also have the Mediterranean, like lots of really great healthy vegetables, walnut sauce, which I'm kind of pumped to be able to experience, and homemade yogurts, which I'm really excited about, kind of like a nice sour yogurt. Plum sauces, they actually use a plum puree in this special beef stew that they have, so I'm super excited about the foods. That would be like one of my top reasons to go to Georgia. But what about the cost of living?
Well, the cost of living is kind of on par with Chiang Mai. So
Chiang Mai, Thailand.
Places like Chiang Mai, Thailand, and Bali, Indonesia, those are the original digital nomad hangouts. But now these digital nomad hubs are starting to pop up around the world. So for $400 a month, you can get
like an ocean view apartment.
Airbnb,
$400 a month, ocean view apartment.
It's kind of beautiful.
It's kind of awesome. Yeah. Like, so this is the Black Sea. So I'm going to back up for a minute. I literally didn't know where Georgia was.
No.
I didn't know where it was. It's right on the Black Sea. It's just north of Turkey. Has really pretty good weather. The lowest it would get in the wintertime is about 30, 40 degrees. The summertime is like 80s and 90s. So it's a nice mixture. European architecture. And for those of you who love wine,
400 varieties of
wine. Like, it is one of the classic oldest wine territories in the world. Like, we're talking like old biblical wine like history in those areas. So for those of you who love wine, awesome. Really good choice.
And you said it's right next to Turkey, and you might think of Turkey as a place to go, but Turkey is also on this list of 26 countries that we can go to right now. And there's a city called Antalya, Turkey, which I was just watching some what's the guy's name? Rick Steves, he travels. Beautiful oceanside, resort town, old like Greek ruins and European. It's amazing. The Mediterranean food, the water, the clear water. 400. The Airbnbs there are $600 a month.
Mm-hmm. So basically, what we're saying is that what we're prioritizing is one of the things is cost of living. Internet, because we're digital nomads, we need to have internet. Also safety.
Safety's big.
Safety's big. Huge level of safety in Georgia and Croatia.
Apparently, Croatia is like one of the most safest countries in the world.
I was in East Germany in '91, and Croatia was not the best place to be back then. But Croatia, amazingly safe right now, and actually just across the Adriatic Sea from Italy. So you're talking like
right across the
experience of Italy, but like $300 a month for an Airbnb. Yeah. Like gorgeous Roman city.
And because of the internet and because of the new generation, Malaysia, Georgia, Croatia, even Turkey, the young people in the influx of tourists and digital, the English is becoming a common language. Mm-hmm. So there isn't as much of a language barrier. So that's also
really good.
Helpful.
Yep. Was there anything else that came up about Georgia that we're like, wow, man? Because I'm gonna let you know, guys. Remember, United States is only open to what, 24 or 26 countries right now as far as borders go. Japan is not one of them. That is where our heart
that's
is.
would be our number one
Oh my
choice.
gosh, we so need to go see our son as soon as possible. But since we can't, we are investing time and energy in being able to explore the countries that have a lot of really great visa options and border flexibility for digital nomads.
Well, I think the important, interesting things about Croatia, and I'm not sure about Georgia, is they're part of the European Union. And even though the European Union is blocking U.S. travel, you can still go to Croatia. And Croatia has managed the COVID pandemic problem really, really well. So is Georgia, actually. So that could be, you know, any of these places. Once you've done the 14-day quarantine, you could sort of, I feel like you could go to someplace like Japan from there.
Yeah, so 14-day quarantine, like where would we go? If I were to do a 14-day quarantine, we could either be in a mountain city in Georgia, where we would have ease of access of like food delivery and stuff like that.
Tbilisi. That'd be Tbilisi.
That would be Tbilisi.
Yeah.
Or go to the coastal city where you would have an ocean view for 2 weeks while you're quarantining.
And that would be
which would you choose? Would you choose the coastal village? Go ahead and comment below. So you can Batumi. So you can just open up your balcony and experience the beautiful coastline view.
The Las Vegas of the Black Sea.
The Las Vegas of the Black Sea. Yeah. Or would you choose Tbilisi, which is the inner city, in which you'd have a lot of really awesome ease of access to food options and things like that. I'm sure you would in the coastal village
or
too. You just have
month
to
at
plan.
each.
Well, we're talking 14-day quarantine. I'm not going to quarantine for 2 months.
Well, you don't have to quarantine. Once you're in the country, you don't have to quarantine twice.
Yeah. So 14-day quarantine. Would you do it in the city? Would you do it in the wine country?
Wine country? Oh,
or, whoa, country. That wouldn't be bad. Quarantine in the wine country, quarantine in the city, or quarantine on the coastline. Okay, and with that, we're going to go ahead and say thank you very much for participating today. Hello, I'm seeing some little tiny little oh, I see Smitha, and I see, let's see, I think, oh gosh, I need my glasses.
How can you recognize her?
It's so tiny.
But just once again, on the Go Where It Feels Good YouTube channel, we're going to start putting links to this information we're finding about the nomad lifestyle and about travel restrictions, travel places that are opening up, and country information, and just relevant, helpful information.
Yeah.
Even if you're not going to switch to a nomadic lifestyle, if you want to escape and go travel.
Yeah, live vicariously through our experience if you want to. Just geek out, binge out on all of it.
Yeah, get the Airbnb next to ours.
Get the Airbnb next to ours. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much, guys. And as always, totally love private messages or comments below with recommendations, thoughts, hookups with awesome people that we should meet. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.